And as Egypt gears up to host the COP27 summit this week, the country has its own climate battles to fight. Egypt's Nile River Delta is one of the world's most vulnerable hotspots when it comes to climate change. And the country's leaders say that the predicament of the delta, which is famous for its fertile soil, is a critical issue to be discussed at the summit. Sheets of dried salt are now covering former farmlands outside the town of Mutabas in Egypt's Nile River Delta, and this threat might spread to more areas if measures are not taken to combat the rising sea levels. Farmers witness a big part of their crops go bad every year. Most farms in the town were once planted with tomatoes, watermelons, vegetables, field crops like beans. But due to climate change and the increase in soil salinity, the soil has become unsuitable for cultivating these crops. As a result, the farmers had to shift to growing fruit trees as they are more resistant to salt and drought.
The land was dry before. We never had soil salinity problems or water problems. Now the water levels are high as we are close to the sea. Rosetta area is close to the sea. So we started planting mango trees as they are more tolerant to thirst.
The delta covers roughly 240 square kilometers, starting just north of the capital Cairo, where the Nile River fans out. The river has made the land rich and fertile by depositing silt as it paves the way to the sea. And the delta is heavily populated and accounts for half of the country's economy. Farms and fisheries along the two Nile branches help feed the country and provide products for export.
The impact of sea level rise and sea water intrusion into the body of the delta is really impacting the productivity of the land, turning the land into saline soil that really make it hard for farmers to deal with.
All of this is increasingly threatened by climate change and the rising seas. A quarter of the delta sits at or below the sea level. Now the residents of Egypt are counting on the COP27 summit to deal with the consequences of a warming planet. WION now available in your country. Download the app now. Get all the news on the move.